Hi friends, this is Dr. Jatin Intwala. I'm a homeopath and today we are discussing about superclass 1 or a type 1 personality. Basically, this is called as a oyster type of person where their response is to withdraw or cling and turn inwards because they are very oversensitive to the external stimuli. Basically, the fear is of the outside world and they are very vulnerable as their body is not totally developed. Their desire is for the entertainment, but this entertainment is a mean for the seclusion to turn inward. Or they can cling to any solid object and hold on to it, which we see in the lithium and the pulsatilla. For example, this type of person will talk about the shell of the oyster, womb of the mother, a person looking at the mobile while they are surrounded by the crowd to avoid looking at the other's eyes. Feeling is that they are not living fully and they desire entertainment because they are very incredibly bored because of their restricted circumstances. They are intimidated by the outside world, so they have to stay in the inside. Their additional sensation is for the numbness and the anesthesia because they are very oversensitive. So the other side of that is to be totally numb, which we see in the papaveracea family in the opium and morphine like drugs, which is usually used for the extremes of the pain. The additional sensation, as we already said, is of numbness. So the mind, when we see a type A personality or type 1 personality or oyster type, they are very reclusive, very introvert, and they avoid the conflicts. They are very gentle, confused, scattered, unfocused. Small things affects them. They are very shy, timid, and modest. They withdraw from the outside world and stay inside the cocoon because there are too many stimulus outside. So that is why they isolate themselves and they are liking very cozy and safe space where they can have their own world and they does not want to expose themselves to the outside world. The rejection here shows the separation from the protection of the womb, so they are afraid of downward motion, which we see in the borax and beryllium also. So in lithium there is total incapacity, or they don't even think about losing the womb, but in the beryllium and boron they start thinking what will happen if I come out. This place is not for me totally. Their anger is suppressed because they cannot talk out their emotions. They are too afraid of the outside world. Opposites is oversensitivity and anesthesia. Example of this type of person is a Prince Siddhartha. The two polarities are incredible sensitivity and attachment and withdraws quickly, refuses to show the emotions, accept the challenges, incredibly afraid of losing either person or the safety. Their world is very small. They are not interested in the global issues at all, and smaller things affects them. The friends group of them is very small. There is also agoraphobia. They must protect themselves as they are affected by the smallest things. Phrases used by persons while taking a case in their history is shield, cocoon, mother's womb. The desired activity to escape the world is a meditation. Their initial movement towards the world is slow or barely moving. They want tranquilities like drugs, relatives, meditation. They are carefree and their nose is buried in their gadgets. Sociably, they are very reserved. The dynamic is of withdrawal and clinging. Animal group, which is covered in the type 1 personality or oyster type, is bivalves. Mineral group contains left side of the second row, that is lithium, beryllium, and boron. Dicotyledon group or subclass is Magnolidae. Other plants is mosses. The neurotransmitter is endorphin. Hormone is melatonin, which is also used in the allopathy for sleeping, for the sleepless persons. There is no nosode in this group. The drugs used are opioids. Example of the remedy like borax, opium, and mytilus. Keyword is to shut off. And fairy tale is a sleeping beauty. Their crisis response is of a panic. They are overwhelmed by the situation, they can even faint, or they do not want to face the world. There is a confusion and anesthesia which we see in the nux moschata when they are confused in the well-known place. Subclasses included is magnoliales, nymphales, liliales, piperales, laurels, aristolochiales, ranunculales, and papillarales in the plants. And mineral we have already discussed, animal we have already discussed. Thank you.